Welcome students to the very first class of Universal Human Values and Professional Ethics. I hope you all are fine, and now we'll gear up towards the first unit, and which is Introduction to Value Education. In today's session we are going to talk about values, morals and ethics. So let us begin. The dictionary meaning of the word value is the importance, worth or usefulness of something. So when I consider value as a noun, I understand I am considering importance, worth or usefulness of an object. So how we are going to find out that value? Value of any unit or any entity in this existence is its participation in the larger order of which it is a part. For example, value of a pen is that it can write. Here, writing is the participation of the pen in the bigger order in which pen, paper, human being all are present. Now, after understanding this definition, I started looking around and I thought, why not to find out value of few objects? So we'll consider some examples. The very first example which I thought of was spinach plant. It was there in front of me. So, what is its value? So, I understand nourishing is the participation of the spinach plant in the bigger order in which spinach plant, farm, soil, water, seed, human being who consume it, all are present. Then I found out next object, a glass. So what is its purpose? So I understood glass is there to hold some liquid. So holding is the participation of the glass in the bigger order in which glass, water, human being all are present. The third example, I am working on laptop, so I thought, what is its value? So creating is the participation of the laptop in the bigger order in which laptop, electricity, charger, headphones, human being all are present. The next object I saw, curtains. So I thought, why not to identify what is its purpose and value? So it is there to decorate the room. So here decorating is the participation of the curtain in the bigger order in which curtains, windows, room, human being all are present. So house is the next example. So I thought, why not to identify its value? So here house is there to protect people who are living inside it. So protecting is the participation of the house in the bigger order in which house, land, people living inside in all are present. So this has given me a very different meaning. I have started looking at things around me differently. I have started understanding importance, worth or usefulness of things around me. Our purpose in learning this subject is to shift our attention from understanding the importance, worth or usefulness of something towards developing principles or standards of behavior or our judgment of what is important in life. I hope we will enjoy this journey together in understanding, valuing something in our life and shifting our attention towards to decide what is important in our life. Few more things about values are, so I hope now you can relate it. So these values are that second meaning of value. So values are qualities or ideas which each of us cares about and considers important. So values must be chosen freely rather than being forced on us. So I should not tell you that you should value this. It is you who is going to decide whether it is important for you or not. Values can be morally or ethically based on or simply based on a want or a need. Our values have positive qualities for us and they tend to show up in every aspect of our lives. Values are the elements on which we base our actions, behavior, and decisions. To give you an example, I would say uh, giving respect to someone is value for me. So that has to be depicted in my actions, behaviors, and decisions. So I decided that because I respect my teachers, respect is a value to me, I respect my teachers. So everywhere I go, that value will remain with me, and whatever actions I do, that will depict that respect is there inside me. So it is going to get reflected in the action, in the behavior, and the decisions which I take. So the example is, so while going upstairs in the department, I decided to wish my teacher a good morning. So that was the decision which I took based on value of respecting a teacher. Okay, so this is how it works. There are different values which we are going to discuss, like personal, social, spiritual, universal, and so on. Personal values. So these are the values which are related with the development of human personality or individual norms of recognition and protection of human personality. So the respect, that honesty, responsibility, these are personal values which I have, for example. So personal values are those that you take for yourself and are apparent in attitude, belief, and action, as we discussed it. The next set of values are social values. So it is about how the individual or the organization relates to society. People want social values like love, affection, friendship, hospitality, bravery, service, justice, freedom, patience, forgiveness, coordination, sympathy, tolerance, etc. Next set of values are moral values. Moral values are the attitudes and behaviors that a society considers essential for coexistence, order, and general well-being of the society. So some examples are value others, respect the authority of others, keep promises, avoid cheating and dishonesty, thanking others and making them work together, encourage people. So moral values will help us create a good environment around us. Next set of values are spiritual values. So these are how you represent what you believe in when it comes to religion or spirituality. Spiritual values are the way you believe in your own God. Spiritual values are purity, meditation, yoga, discipline, control, clarity and devotion to God, etc. So spiritual value education highlights the principle of basically self-discipline. Next set of values are universal values. A value is a universal value if it has the worth or value for all or almost all people. It is universal values that specify the sense of the human condition. Universal values can be experienced as life, joy, brotherhood, love, sympathy, service, truth, and eternity. So these are going to be there for all, applicable to all. Then the next set of values are cultural values. So cultural values are the core principles and ideals upon which an entire community exists. Cultural values are concerned with right and wrong, good and bad, customs and behavior based on that particular culture. You know, in our holidays, I used to read a lot, and I found a very good Marathi book where I read there were some customs which were followed by Adivasi people in Maharashtra state. So from that I learned that even though they are not educated in terms of what we understand education, their cultural values were so developed, were so considerate for people who are living inside the society. So I found it very nice. Now we are going to find out some more options on values. So values are the essence of life. Values are like the building blocks which are used to form the firm structure. The values inherited from family, society, environment, culture and other influencing factors, if rightly placed, then they raise up a firm individual. Values can be positive as well as negative. Adding one negative value may cancel out our two positive values. We will understand all of these things very soon when we talk about value education. Right now I am just informing you about some of the facts which are available about values. So a next point is, a person with positive value doesn't get disheartened even during his bad times. So these positive values are referred as patience and hope. It reflects one's attitudes, choices, decisions, judgments, relationships, dreams and vision. There is a very famous quote put up by Albert Einstein. He says, "Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of values." Now we are going to talk about morals. So the dictionary meaning is, this is what we have found out when we were talking about stories. A lesson that can be derived from a story or experience. So we have, at the end of story, we have this moral of the story. So that is a lesson that we learn from that story. The second meaning is, morals are standards of behavior, principles of right or wrong. So how they are developed? Morality is one's individual perception of right and wrong, or good and bad. So the thing which I find right may not be right for you. So it is about one's individual perception. Morals are formed out of a person's values. So whatever values the person has developed, based on that, morals will be there. Morals are built from a person's life experience and are subject to opinion. A moral act is an intentional act that is considered to be right. An immoral act So what are ethics? Ethics are moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. Ethics is the study of principles that govern how we decide what is right and wrong, deciding between moral and principles to determine the best course of action to take. Now based on what you value and your own morality, that is the definition of right or wrong, good or bad, you can consider your options before making an ethical or unethical decision. Example of ethics can be a code of conduct which is set by an organization. So while setting up that code of conduct, the people who are going to set it are going to consider their values and their moral principles, and based on that they are going to prepare the code of conduct which will be followed by the organization. So I have already introduced you about the book which we are going to refer for this subject, and also the second reference is about the story of my experiments with truth, written by Mahatma Gandhi. So I would like it very much if you find out at least a Kindle copy of the book and you start reading it. We will very soon discuss on that. And also you should just go and refer this website which is about Universal Human Values, uhv.org.in. Whatever contents I have developed are from these three references. Thank you. See you in the next session.